Ace Podcast.
You're listening to Untitled Nonsense, podcasting's most unprofessionally professional show.
What kind of nonsense is this?
It's a lot of nonsense.
A little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another brand new episode of Untitled Nonsense. My name is Josh Fonner. I'm joined as always by my friend Tyco. Tyco, how are you, sir?
I am wonderful, sir. How are you today?
Doing well, doing well. And we're back. We're joined again by our friend JD. JD's back for some more abuse. How you doing, JD?
Doing great. Ready to take a beating.
Bend over. Get the paddle, Tycho.
It's okay. I'm ready for this. I've trained.
I can't hide my erection while on the air.
You really can't.
You can just hear it.
You just know. It's just
hear
this
the
little
thump on the table beneath us, and you know what it is.
This little right when just.
So, we want to start off the show with some fantastic news.
Fantastic news. What is that?
You might have heard the stinger that I
Fantabulous.
added in at the beginning there. We are now syndicated, motherfuckers.
Right. We are on a podcast network.
Yes, sir. Podcast Network, Ace Podcast Network, acepodcastnetwork.com. They have a variety of shows right now, and they are adding more all the time. You can go to acepodcastnetwork.com to take a look at all the different shows that are on the network.
And I would just like to say thank you to Ace Podcast Network because you gave us a home, and I, for one, feel comfortable in a home.
It's a lot better than being out there on the streets of the internet.
Yeah, you never.
The YouTube comments were wearing me down, man.
The
Brutal.
gutter of YouTube is just dangerous. It's
All-
a dangerous place.
All one of our comments we've ever gotten.
From our 5 listeners.
Well, maybe more now. Maybe more.
Hopefully more. Hopefully more. I am working on making an RSS feed so that we can get put on iTunes. It's difficult because normally for an RSS feed you have to have like a database to upload it all to, and then you have to create the RSS feed. So for that you have to have server hosting.
And that costs money.
Exactly.
So give us your money.
Exactly. If you give us your money, we can then go up on iTunes.
We should set up a
Patreon?
Patreon
I
account.
think?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea, and I have one almost set up.
Okay.
So we could do that. We could very well do that. Anyway, thank you to Ace Podcast Network. We are now part of the Ace Podcast Network family, and you can find more out about all the shows that they have there.
And please do.
You'll be hearing more about the network and the different shows on more of our shows. But for now, we will dive into our topics for this week. Do we want to start off with the election?
It's a
Do we
Band-Aid.
wanna take it-
It's a Band-Aid for an ever progressing downward society.
It's almost fucking over. Thank God. 2 days.
Let's rip the
final-
Band-Aid off.
Like, we have this episode and next episode when we have the results, and we can finally stop fucking talking
Is
about it.
that when we cry that Gary Johnson did not get the 5% we wanted him to?
Well, shut the fuck up. He's gonna get the 5%. He's gonna get the 5%. He's just not gonna. He's not gonna win in the electoral votes. Or
I
anything.
thought for sure he would get the 5% 4 years ago, as Facebook reminded me in the memories.
No, I knew he wasn't gonna get 5% last time. No, I knew that.
But this time, everyone just hates everyone, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's pulling 20% in some places. So
Nice.
he's gonna get
That is
5%.
true. Yeah, he might get the national 5%. That would be nice to have another party with some federal funding.
What about your Jill Stein and who's her
Green-
running mate? Stein and Stein.
I don't know who the other person. I have no
Aren't they
idea.
part of
to
the-
be honest.
Well, Jill's part of the Green Party, right? And isn't her running mate part of like the Rainbow Party, or is that a joke that I read?
Probably a joke.
But isn't her whole campaign a
Is
joke?
Rainbow Party?
It kind of is. She really. Yeah.
I thought we stopped having rainbow parties in middle school.
I like the Green Party. It really makes
Let's
me
be
sad.
honest, neither of us ever went to a Rainbow Party.
I'm not
JD
even.
might have.
What
What
I
color
don't.
lipstick did you wear?
I don't. I don't really party. Fuchsia. No.
Damn, you really have to get down on that dick.
Oh my.
All right, so
It's getting.
politics.
It's getting.
Speaking about sucking
That
dick,
sums up
let's-
this entire election cycle. Thus
Yeah.
far.
So, it's funny. Yesterday I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and there was a sponsored ad for Trump that used footage from the Melbourne rally.
Oh,
I
were
think
you
I saw
in
myself.
Oh wow, they didn't edit you out.
No,
I mean, it's kind of hard.
yeah. I mean, you'd have to just like block out a whole quarter of like the thing.
We can't see the crowd. They blacked them all out.
Oh my gosh.
So what-
Brutal.
what-
Just brutal. Just
So
brutal.
there's that ad
Our
that you were.
protesters will block out the sun, and we'll cheer for Trump in the shade.
Trump supporters aren't even smart enough to make that reference. Come on.
So though, kind of correlating to your protest and how you were treated, which we've talked about, If you haven't heard this story, JD, listen to our podcast
From the 4th.
from the 4th, yes.
Okay.
And if
4th of
you
October.
listeners that are new to us, 4th of November,
4th of October.
4th of October, we discussed Josh's horrendous treatment at a Trump rally when he wore, I don't even want to say that was a protesting. You wore a Black Lives Matter shirt, which didn't indicate necessarily that you were protesting Trump.
I wasn't.
You were supporting a
I
movement
was
that
supporting the Black Lives
should,
Matter movement.
and the Black Lives Matter movement should be universal. It shouldn't be a political thing. But moving on, we have the protester at the Obama speech, President Obama's speech. Did you see that, guys?
No, I didn't. What happened
I
there?
did see something about that. Yeah, I didn't see the video.
So
though.
he was, and Trump's even referencing it now on the trail. It was an older gentleman, presumably a veteran, because it did look like he was wearing military clothing that had a Trump sign.
Okay.
And he stood up, and the crowd started booing him.
Mm-hmm.
And President Obama, who is, I gotta give him credit, is a class act. He said, hold on. He calmed the crowd down. He said, we're not going to boo him. When there's no boos, and everyone says, we vote, or something, unison.
Right.
But he said, by judging by this man, he's looks like he might have been a veteran, and we got to give respect to that. He looks like he might be elderly. We got to give respect to that. There's no boos, guys. And I give President Obama some major credit there for handling it. Trump, though, takes that, and in his rally says, if you watch closely, you can tell that President Obama was mistreating this man. Like, no.
Okay,
Not at all.
even if Obama did some way mistreat this dude, who the hell is Trump to say that anyone is mistreating a protester? Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Which we covered last week, how he treated his black supporter.
Right.
Not even a protester. His own fucking
his own
supporter.
supporter got kicked out. Like, seriously.
Can we cuss on this new network?
Of course we can.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
I've been informed I'm too loud. I apologize.
But yeah,
you can be as loud as you want. I was just
When you're making love.
Mm-hmm.
feel like making love.
Oh, yeah.
Loud.
Oh, yeah.
Louder. No. But this whole election has just been crazy.
I can't wait for it to be fucking over.
Although,
I'm so done.
We will see, because when it's over, it's not gonna be over.
It's never over. Like, I like when people say, oh, well, once this election's over, we won't have to deal with it for 4 years. And that, I think, is a big part of the damn problem with our political system.
We've seen a lot of times the people that were so anti-President Obama 4 years ago, the loudness of them died off after a short period of time. I don't see that happening this time. I think the angry people are going to be loud and angry. I think we might see riots.
Mhm.
If we see Trump win, I guarantee riots.
Oh yeah, I've been saying that for a while.
If we see, Clinton win, I don't know that they are organized enough to riot, but I do see some violence going on. We've already seen intimidation at the polling stations for early voters.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see some clashes, and it won't be like a riot of Hillary supporters up against the police. I think it's going to be a riot of like.
I don't know.
Well, no, what I'm thinking. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that might happen, but I think the bigger thing we'll see is like if it's Trump supporters protesting, it'll be against the police probably, where they're going to have clashes, violent clashes. But if Trump wins, it will be Trump supporters going out and being vigilantes against any rioters or protesters against Trump's winning. Does that make sense?
I suppose, yeah.
Like, I could see Trump supporters being like, we won, now it's time for us to take care of business, make America great again, and like go out there and try to be little vigilantes.
I don't know. I just think we're.
I mean, they're already trying to be vigilantes at the polls.
Yeah.
When it doesn't even you're not even being a vigilante, you're just being a douche. And like.
I want them there when I go vote.
I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah.
But what the hell is going to stop you from like just lying? Like, yeah, I'm voting Trump. Go in there. You circle wherever you want. That's not Trump.
Because I'm
I
not.
wouldn't lie.
I'm not a Peter. I won't deny him.
I won't.
Price. I'm voting Gary Johnson. I'll let you know.
I'm not denying my Johnson.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't lie either. I don't care. I'll tell them all who I'm voting for. But I'm just saying, if you're actually legitimately scared, there's nothing stopping you from just saying, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, and then going in that booth. No one can follow you. No one can look in the booth.
Well, Josh is offering to escort people to the voting booths if they do feel scared for their
Yeah,
life.
I've already put it out there that I'm offering if people feel.
I would.
Yeah.
But I'm
but
lazy.
You're a 98-pound weakling. So.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Also, I just feel like, man up and go. What are they going to actually do to you? They have a gun, but they're not going to use it on you. They're not that stupid.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I understand that, but it could drive people to not vote.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, especially if you have to bring your kids.
Yeah,
You don't want to bring them around that shit.
exactly.
So, yeah.
So I just put it out there. Look, if you're scared, if you're worried at all, just you make.
Well, I'll let them know when I'll be there, and if they want to go at the same time, that's not an inconvenience to me. So
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
only if they're voting for, Johnson or Clinton. If they're voting for Trump, they can go on their own.
Well, they don't have to worry about intimidation then.
I don't know, those liberals out here in Florida.
I know, right? From people's experience.
From people's experience all over.
Oh
Facebook.
yeah, all over the place. All that evidence that we saw posted in that. I remember that. I actually went back and checked. I'm like, where's that evidence? I haven't seen.
The crickets were overwhelming.
Not to blow it out of proportion, but I do remember 4 years ago there was Black Panther members that were outside of voting stations
Oh yeah.
in favor of Obama. That was 4 years ago. So I'm not saying one side's worse than the other in this. They've done it.
I agree with you there. But
They didn't have guns though. They had bats.
from what I understand, they were just standing there though.
They were. They weren't yelling at people and they weren't forcefully intimidating them.
And
the news blew it out of proportion.
They extremely blew it out of proportion, and they were just standing there. And if they're not new Black Panthers, then I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Because the original, if they're like regular Black Panthers, then they're not looking for trouble.
Yeah, they're not seeking out the fight.
Exactly.
These Trump supporters, they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And they have guns.
Exactly. So.
Well, we've already seen them try to instigate violence against them.
Speaking of
just
guns,
so they can say, "Oh, we had a reason to defend ourselves." But speaking of guns, sorry.
Speaking of guns, there was an assassination attempt on him in Las Vegas.
On Trump?
On Trump.
Wow, I missed this.
Yeah, he was.
Was that okay? I don't think I saw this.
Yeah, just last night.
They didn't try hard enough.
No, apparently not.
That's terrible. I'm not inciting that on a presidential candidate.
Don't do that. I don't want the Secret Service showing up at my
Yeah.
door. Thank you very fucking much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was thanking the police for their swift response and everything. And the fucking media, was like, oh, well, he's to blame for this. Look, as much as I don't like Trump,
no one, yeah.
If there's an attempt on his life, you don't blame him for it.
Would you say that's victim blaming?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And would you say that the side that's saying, oh, it's his fault, are there people that stand for, stand against victim blaming?
He wasn't wearing bulletproof clothing. I mean, he's asking for it.
He was wearing his suit made from China.
Yeah. China.
Oh
man. Oh man. Here's the thing though. If we get President Trump for 4 years.
Oh, wash your mouth out with soap, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, 4 years of SNL being good again.
Yeah,
These debates have been phenomenal.
Yeah, but
SNL.
here's the thing: if he wins, we get 4 years of Alec Baldwin as President Trump on SNL.
Yeah.
But if Hillary wins, we get 4 years of Kate McKinnon as President Clinton.
That's true.
So I'll take Kate McKinnon as Hillary.
Also, Trevor Noah might get a ratings boost where he actually needs it on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
I've honestly not been a huge.
I'm not a huge Noah fan.
I watched the first episode and said that was good. I'll not watch it anymore.
It wasn't Jon Stewart good, but it was all right. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they should have killed the show when Stewart left.
Yeah, but I don't blame them. I don't fault them for trying.
Yeah.
I mean, Stewart wasn't the first host either. They took a gamble on Stewart and it paid off.
Right, but they've taken this gamble on Noah and it hasn't paid off.
Yeah, so either replace him or cut their losses.
Right. I mean, I don't even think he's that great a stand-up. Have you watched his stand-up at all? He's not that fantastic.
My wife liked him.
Really?
Yeah.
No accounting for taste, I guess.
Yeah. Although she did like that new Doctor Strange movie.
Well, I mean, who didn't?
Do you want to transition to that? Get away from politics?
Of course I do.
Yes.
Vote for Hillary. What? Who said that?
Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson. Is that like our new like signaling cry as one of us.
Absolutely.
Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson.
It's like an air raid siren.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how many people yell back when I go to the voting booths.
According to my poll, he's got 3 votes.
He's got 3 votes.
If we ever do live shows, that'll be like what people yell at us.
Gary Johnson. I feel like 4 years from now, he's like not running for president.
There's gonna be a whole younger generation that has no idea
We'll
what you're talking about.
We'll get this show pretty big. We'll be live streaming at the Libertarian Town Hall, like, and we're gonna be out, Gary Johnson. He's not even running.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Libertarian as a party in general, their debates were so just dumb to me. Like, should we stop handing out driver's licenses? No, you fucks.
No!
But that's like an actual debate for them. They're like, yeah, we shouldn't have that. The government shouldn't be part of that at all. I'm like, no, we should make sure that fools can actually drive a damn car before we go slapping them on the road. Like, I sucked at it when I first started. Not as bad as some people, but I was pretty bad. And there's other people who are really bad.
Well, now you're insulting my party, and I feel like that's when we have to move on.
I think it was ridiculous we took John McAfee seriously as a fucking candidate.
Yeah.
Like, that's on us. That's on our party.
But I mean, the Democrats took Hillary Clinton seriously too. And
oh snap! But they didn't make. They
could have had the burn train, man.
They should have had the damn burn train. I just want it to be known, even though I'm voting for Hillary, I can't stand her. I do not support her. I'm voting for her.
Does it hurt when you vote for her?
Yes, it actually. I'm gonna be sitting in the thing, and you're just gonna hear.
Fine.
You're not allowed to jerk off in the booth, JD.
Wait, what?
Is that...
I did a mail-in ballot last time, so I jerked off while voting.
Why is this ballot so sticky?
That's what I think of this election.
This ballot coming from multiple MIGs? What the fuck?
So if you're new to our show, this is about the caliber of humor that we get up to. No highbrow here.
Cum jokes and movie references. That's what you're going to get, Joe. That's what you're going to get, folks.
All day.
And if that's your kind of thing, welcome.
Welcome to Untitled Nonsense. All right, so Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Yeah. Doctor Strange. And that strange smell.
Oh, man. I fucking love that movie.
It was really great.
And my wife put it best. It didn't feel like a stereotypical Marvel movie.
I agree. It didn't feel like a superhero movie at all.
And nothing wrong with superhero movies. I can't wait for more of them to come out. But the structure has stayed the same.
I needed a break.
Yes. And Ant-Man did a good job with that.
I wasn't a huge fan of Ant-Man, if I'm going to be honest with you.
That's fine. I get it. I loved it. I don't put it in the top echelon of Marvel movies,
right.
I loved it, and it took its own style into account. Doctor Strange, though, was just great. It was a standout hit, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy. No one expected it.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography was amazing. Special effects were amazing. Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm a total Cumberbitch. Absolutely.
So go see it, JD.
Yeah. I wish I could talk about this, but I have neither seen Ant-Man or Doctor Strange yet.
Okay, well, to talk about stuff that doesn't have to do with the movie, Tumblr wanted to boycott it.
Well, before we move on to that, I'm just extremely happy that they've just like Thomas the Tank Engine was made a member of the Avengers in Ant-Man. I'm extremely happy that Chuck Mangione has joined his rightful place in the Avengers.
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
I still am not sure how this makes him Avenger, but okay.
Feels so good.
Feels so good.
Super good. It feels great. I love it.
So Tumblr, though. Tumblr doesn't like that Doctor Strange is a white male.
Yeah, well, I mean...
We're getting... The next one is Black Panther, right?
No.
Thor Ragnarok.
Next one is...
Well, next year we're getting Black Panther.
Black Panther doesn't come out till 2018.
You kidding me?
January 2018. Next year is Guardians, Spider-Man, and Ragnarok.
Well, fuck me. I got that wrong.
Yeah, and that's the order it comes in too. Guardians, Spider-Man, then Ragnarok.
So Guardians, an ensemble cast with one female lead. Now two, Nebula.
I don't understand why they would be mad. It's not like it's a character that was
Well, a lot of them are upset, even going back to when Iron Fist was cast, because they had their chance to cast a real Asian person, or they're sticking to the actual context of the original fucking work. And
That's what I mean
and
with
it
the
worked. I mean, that's what made Marvel so good, is that they're sticking to the original stuff. The MCU is what really started catering to the fucking hardcore nerds. And they realized, oh, we can tell really good stories that the mainstream loves and appease our nerd overlords.
Yeah, I mean, and
And I was fine with Tilda Swinton being the ancient one, by the way.
she
That was gender
she
bending,
was
but
fine.
she was good.
And Mordo was fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Mordo was amazing.
But that's just because she is. Correct me if I don't say the name right, but Chiwetel Ejiofor.
yeah, I
Love
guess I
him.
don't know how to pronounce it.
Love him.
He's great.
He, 12 Years a Slave, his performance is just one of the most outstanding performances I've ever seen. So, using him as this, well, can we say he's an antagonist? We know from comic book lore that he is an antagonist, but he's not in this movie.
Hmm.
And he just plays it perfectly.
Right. Now, I don't normally espouse 3D films. I'm not a 3D film person,
Oh yeah, I didn't see it in 3D. How
but
was that?
I recommend seeing this in 3D. The visuals lend to 3D viewing.
Okay.
And they got the visuals fucking right in this movie.
So pay that extra $16 for those flimsy glasses you'll recycle at the end of the movie anyways.
I
'cause
kept
it's
mine.
worth it.
Fuck that.
I paid enough to keep these bastards.
Yeah. What are you gonna use them for though? Even 3D TVs have their own special set of glasses.
I'll
you gotta
figure
use.
something out. I don't know.
And I know because I bought a 3D TV.
You fucking sucker.
I believed in the technology, and the Doctor Who 50th anniversary was a 3D special. I didn't even watch it on my TV. I went and watched it in theaters.
So yeah,
There's that.
go see Doctor Strange. It was really
Yep.
good. I really enjoyed it. As somebody who is not a huge fan of Doctor Strange in the comics, I don't think he's a fantastic character. I like him more than I like Thor. I don't like Thor at all in the comics.
In the comics, I agree with you. Yeah.
But and this movie actually made me give a shit about Doctor Strange.
Nice.
And that means something to me. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I give it a 4 out of 5, solid 4 out of 5.
I'd probably go so far as to say 4.5 out of 5.
There you go. And I recommend seeing it in 3D and stay all the way to the fucking end of the credits.
There's mid credits and post credit scenes.
There are 2 scenes. So
Mid credits was awesome.
yeah, it was.
No spoilers. In this
No
talk, though.
spoilers. We're not
You got a week, and then we're gonna spoil the fuck out of this movie.
Exactly.
If you care that much about this movie, go see it.
That's the thing. We'll give you a week. We'll do spoilers next week.
Sounds good.
We'll do a spoilers talk next week. Okay.
I guess I need to go watch it.
You got a week. I'm willing to go again if you see it in 3D with me, because I didn't see it in 3D.
I'll do it.
Okay.
It's a date.
It's a
Ooh.
date.
Oh.
You jealous, Josh? I bring this man into your home.
Just flaunt me right in front of you.
So we just had Halloween pass,
Yes.
and one thing that churches like to do for Halloween that I fucking despise. As a Christian, I fucking despise this.
Yeah.
I
As an atheist, I find it funny.
I'm sure you do. It makes me so fucking mad. I would flip this table if it didn't have expensive equipment on it. It makes me that mad.
Wow.
I hate hell houses. For those of you who don't know what a hell house is, a hell house is like a haunted house. You know, like those haunted maze type houses that you go through, like Halloween Horror Nights, or like a haunted maze type thing where people pop out at you, or you go through scary, spooky scenes or whatever. But instead of them being like gory, you know, people chopping each other up,
or jump scares. Well, they do jump
They
scares.
do some jump scares or whatever.
But that's
instead
not
of
the
them
focus.
being like normal, you know, serial killers, ghosts and goblins and witches and ghouls and that kind of thing, it's you know, you'll walk through a scene of a school shooting, and an abortion clinic, or
the things that will send you to hell.
an abusive home situation, or a gay club.
Wait,
or
for the abusive
gay-
home situation, Never mind. Keep going. Let's go ahead and see where you guys were going.
I was gonna say,
I wish I was fucking kidding
yeah, or
This-
a gay club that's getting shot up.
you. Well, yeah, that's the funny thing. This year, a Hell House in Chicago tried to pull a fast one. They tried to get away. They didn't really enumerate the rooms that they were doing. They didn't
Yes.
really go into detail about the rooms that they were doing. But when they put out their casting call, they kind of let the cat out of the bag because they asked for people for a gay club shooting scene.
Yes, and everybody knows what that's
Yeah,
referencing.
that's kind of There's no hiding it there. That's,
So a Hell House in Chicago was trying to get away with doing a Pulse shooting themed room. And then it came out after this, and they got shut down, thank God.
Oh yeah.
They got shut down after this. It came out they were also trying to do a room themed after the Charleston, North Carolina shooting.
What were they trying to demonize in that? The person or the people that were in the church? Clearly the Pulse one, they were trying to demonize that the gays deserved it or
Yeah,
some
exactly.
sick fucking twisted
yeah,
thing.
but I don't know. Maybe I don't know what because they could go so many angles with that. Like, were they not proper Christians and
Yeah.
therefore they
Yeah.
deserved
They
it?
deserved. I don't know.
I don't.
I really
I think
don't
it's
know.
jacked up anyway. And like the abusive home situation one, just to go back to that real quick, because I didn't mean to like cut you before your big point, but
Mhm.
I could even see some of them pushing it to where if you go against like it's your fault for getting abused in abusive home situations because you're supposed to listen to the man.
I think they're trying to scare. Well, I don't know because
It's
they're
about scaring. It's
Yeah.
about
scaring them
it's-
into
it's still jacked up, though,
proper
like-
behaviors. That's what the whole point of these hell houses are. They're not
Well,
just
I
scared
don't understand
for fun.
like the abusive home situation. Like, how do you even make that a hell thingy? I don't.
it's a fire insurance thing.
Wait, what?
It's all about selling fire insurance. They scare you into it. They're like,
No,
oh,
I
you
don't.
can avoid.
I'm
you
just
can
trying to
avoid
picture
the-
how that's like a hell room of
Well,
like.
they're saying you can avoid an abusive relationship, or you can avoid the gruesomeness of abortions, or avoid getting shot up in a nightclub if you go to our church and believe in God. It's scaring people into going to church.
they're,
It's not the
what
proper way of
hell?
doing
They're
it.
trying to like say that if you go to church, you're magically not going to have an abusive relationship at home anymore.
Yes.
well,
Am I wrong in
won't-
this?
Kind of like it's kind of implied, yeah, that you'll have the discernment not to be with an abusive person because naturally an abusive person wouldn't be a Christian. So if
Well,
you're
I'm
going
just
to
wondering
church,
because,
you
like,
wouldn't date a non-Christian person.
Yeah.
They protect a lot of Christian abusers.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
see it all the time where they're like, I mean, I've seen it in the news several times where they had like, not even pastors, but like youth camp leaders like abusing them, and then they like try to protect the abuser, but it's the abusee's problem.
Hold on to that point. We'll come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. But anyway, I just think it's jacked. To go back to the
Well,
Pulse nightclub and everything, just that part.
Somebody
like,
came up with this idea, and this was probably a committee. So multiple people okayed the idea, and it probably went up to church leadership, and they said, "Yeah, no, let's use Pulse nightclub. That was a serious tragedy in America, the largest mass shooting in American history.
Yeah.
aside from mass shootings of Native Americans.
And
Yeah.
this was the casting call. Club Pulse, dancers, victims, caged people / screamers, extras needed trying to escape a cage. Sound interesting? Come out this Saturday.
Yeah, it sounds interesting for a protest. Like, what the hell? Why would? Well, the thing is, like, it's just this is why when people say, I don't know, I can't even I
So,
can't even wrap my head
And you
around
want
it.
to you
It's
want to
just-
hear something great, and this is why I love it when people say that I live off controversy and that I do nothing but do things for controversy and that kind of thing, because this is the bullshit that where people live off controversy. Because when he got confronted about this and when it got taken down and it got pulled and all this. In response to the criticism, the guy Tyrone Tapler Jr., who is behind Tyrone Tapler Productions, the guys companies who's doing this, tweeted, he referred to himself as a trailblazer, and he tweeted, "Global attacks means global power. I'm getting ready to go global."
Good for you, buddy.
What?
So,
He-
using that...
He's going to make this a much bigger issue than it already is. Is that what's implied?
Yeah, pretty much. So because he's being attacked because of this, It's gonna.
He basically is gonna use this as his catapult to stardom, kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
he's just
so
gonna
he's
be
gonna
like,
step on all the dead people from the club to get his fame.
Yeah.
good Christian man.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway,
Well, just good man in general.
and I hate fucking hell. I fucking hate hell. Some of them don't even let you leave until you pray.
Really?
Yeah.
I
It's
pray
just-
to the sun god Ra. Please end this bullshit.
If you could bring down your glorious rays and focus them onto this damn hell house, that would be real
It's
nice.
fantastic.
I'll get my magnifying glass and we can burn the fuck out of these people.
I will.
So yeah, going back to what you were talking about, JD, with the church
Covering up scandals.
covering up scandals.
Mhm.
What was it in Louisiana?
Louisiana, they passed a law that basically says that priests in the confessionals are not mandatory reporters when it comes to child abuse.
And this is going to be a heavier topic, so we're not going to whatever. But I'm of two minds on the subject.
I am too. My military background,
Mm-hmm.
and we have chaplains and we have mental health professionals that are not mandatory reporters when it comes to I feel like I'm going to hurt someone or I'm going to hurt myself. Even to the extent that you can go to a chaplain and say I hurt someone, and they can't report you because there has to be some kind of safety net for someone that you feel you can confide in these things to work through it. So hopefully you don't hurt any more people, you don't hurt yourself, or in the instances where you haven't hurt anybody but you're thinking about it, somebody can talk you down. And if you don't feel comfortable going to anyone, you bottle it up and then you go after them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if we're talking about children that are being abused, there's got to be a line between, Father, I've thought about touching this child versus Father, I raped this child.
Right, exactly. And the other problem is like it can be used to cover up for church problems as well.
Exactly, and that's
Mhm.
that's getting to your point. There's too many instances where priests or bishops have touched altar boys or young girls, and when the church finds out about it, they move them to
Mhm.
another location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then
According to the
on
police.
top of that, the part that disgusts me the most is it's one thing to send off the the bishops or even just whatever it is, a youth camp leader, whatever. They'll send them to move them around and just kind of make it all disappear. But then like they've turned entire congregations against the person that was abused.
Absolutely,
like they
yes.
were the
Yeah.
problem and the whole
And then
time.
made it seem like that person did something wrong. Like make
Yeah.
that person feel like
They
they
were-
did something wrong.
Not even like they did it wrong, but they were the root of the problem. Like they were the cause of it. They brought it on themselves.
Right.
If it wasn't for you, he would have never done it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no.
Right.
Just no. I don't even think I have to explain it. I just that is so wrong. It is wrong on every possible
every
level. And it just infuriates me to no end that there's people out there that think that way.
Right.
And I think with the non-reporting, I think obviously if you're talking about saying like, I've thought about doing this to people, or I've thought about doing this to a little girl. If you've thought about it, that's where you get into the line of thought crime. And like,
You
Just
can't
leave
get
the
charged
thoughts
for
to
thought
what-
crime, and you should be
yeah.
able to confess that to your priest.
you should be able
However,
to confess that. But if you
even-
confess like
even-
a heinous crime,
here's my thing: is it comes down to religious freedom. And as an atheist, here I am supporting religious freedom.
Yeah.
And Catholics specifically, they have an obligation to confess their sins
In order to get
and
absolution.
to get absolution. So if they feel it's important to them, they have to do it. Then they have to admit their crimes to the priest, and if the priest doesn't report these crimes because he feels an obligation to his God that he's not supposed to go and report this to the local authorities, then you're telling him you can't practice your religion anymore because you have to report all the crimes. I'm thinking along the lines of if a priest is told, hey, I committed this crime, if he feels in his heart or God spoke to him that he should go and report the crime, then he should. But if he doesn't because of his religious obligations, I don't think he should be charged with I knew about it and I didn't do anything.
Like any kind of like Good Samaritan law or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, because
I mean, I kind of
technically he's
get
an
it.
accessory to the crime, isn't he?
I just feel like religious freedom shouldn't extend to the point that we protect people in that way.
We protect criminals in that way.
Yeah.
And because it's like, okay, sure, you have your religious freedom, but that doesn't mean that you should be able to confess to someone that you like raped a boy.
Well, I mean, it's
And
this
now
is why
you
being
can
Protestant
walk
is
off
so
with
much
it.
better. I can cut out the middleman.
And I understand
Right.
that they're supposed to I think like, okay, you're supposed to confess to it, whatever. And you know what though? If that's your religion, fine then. You seek your forgiveness with your God through that way, but you can do that from jail. Doesn't mean I have to give you my forgiveness, or that society does.
Well, that's the thing, is society doesn't have to forgive these people, but it's the priest's obligation to.
I think
you know,
your religious
perform 20
freedoms
Hail
start
Marys.
to your religious freedom starts to get frayed a bit when.
But also, doesn't God say obey the laws of the land?
Yes,
He does.
I've
Yeah.
never read
but
the
when
Bible.
you're like, when you're hurting other people, that's no longer just your religious freedom. You're hurting other people, and we're a better society than that. We should be anyway.
Yeah, but again, we're not arguing that person
No,
that
I
committed
know,
the crime
it's-
shouldn't go to jail. They absolutely should if they're found out. But is it up to the priest to report these crimes?
Well, usually under normal circumstances, because I was raised a Catholic and went to confession myself, it's usually anonymous.
Yeah,
They're not ever supposed to see your face or anything.
that's true.
So really, honestly, the priest under normal confession circumstances should not know who is doing the confession.
Well, what's the good libertarian viewpoint on this?
I don't know what a good libertarian.
I think the libertarian would say, I don't know what's best for the priest.
Yeah.
Let them practice their religion how they practice their religion.
But then what would the bleeding heart libertarian viewpoint be on?
Fuck the pedophile and send him to jail to get raped in the butt.
I know, that's the thing. Yeah. It's such a
tricky subject. It's a complicated subject.
I don't think there's one. I don't think there's.
If I can urge our listeners for once to comment on our YouTube, I would like no. I would say please comment. I'd like to see other people's viewpoints on this.
But
However,
I don't know if I want our comments to be about fucking children. Like that's.
Oh my god.
I didn't really piece this together. Yes. Let's check out this Untitled Nonsense. I think I might like this show. What do the comments say? I think priests should be able to fuck children all they want. Like, oh god, we went into YouTube
What have
house.
I done?
No, let's not lose listeners that way.
Yeah.
We do plenty of losing listeners on our own.
Yeah,
without having.
we got this. We don't
I
need
know,
comments.
I know it's a complicated issue. I know it's a nuanced issue. There's a lot of I guess you could say gray areas. There's a religious freedom thing. I have a very firm stance on it. Just personal experiences and whatnot, and no, I don't have sympathy for it. I think if you know and you can do something, you should.
I tend to agree with you. I tend to agree with you.
I agree with you on a personal standpoint that if you can do something, do something. However, from a legality standpoint, I don't feel like we should be charging the priest for having the knowledge and not acting on it. It was within their judgment that they
I guess legally, I guess we shouldn't go after the priest himself.
Yeah.
And like I said,
And that's
anyway,
what the
he
law
shouldn't
protects.
really know who's doing it anyway.
The law.
But then again, if it's a small church, he's gonna know by the voice.
Right, by the
Like,
voice.
oh yeah, that's
Aside
Jim.
from-
I know. Like,
Aside from
fucking kids, what?
the fuck?
aside from the implications that this law would have, the law is designed to protect the priest.
Yeah.
It's not there to protect the child molester. It's there
Right.
to protect the priest.
Right, exactly.
It's just there's so many implications that it would have that do protect the child molester and do
Well, it'd
protect
be
the crimes
great.
within the church.
What would be great is if the Pope came out and said, "Hey, you know what? We shouldn't let these people get away with this kind of stuff. Maybe we should think about doing it."
Yeah.
Well, not even in the sense that he says, "Hey, priest, definitely go report this stuff."
Hey, priest.
But if they just said, "Hey, priest, if you do it, won't be mad at you."
The problem is his Vatican cleanup crew would then come out like 5 minutes later and be like, "No, he didn't. You don't understand what he
Yeah.
actually said."
Yeah.
So,
Let's not talk about such a heartbreaking.
let's move on to
Scenario.
lighter subjects. Shall
Yeah.
we?
Let's.
Yeah.
What else we got on the docket?
Let's see what else we got here.
Well, that's all our time.
That's all we got. We're out.
how about Farrah Abraham?
I am a huge fan of Backdoor Teen Mom.
Mm-hmm.
For those, if you've been listening to Untitled Nonsense for a while, and I think maybe there's one or two of you that have been listening longer than more than 3 episodes, Farrah Abraham is a whipping girl of mine. I love to hate Farrah Abraham. I love to hate watch Teen Mom, the original series. I hated that show so much, but I couldn't stop watching it. It was just the biggest mess ever. And Farrah was probably the biggest mess on the biggest mess.
I think she's proved that.
Oh yeah, from her line of sex toys and her tour of strip clubs and her porno and
she never came to Baltimore while I was there. It was upsetting. We had a
Disappointing.
Class A Hustlers Club, and I never saw Farrah Abraham's name on it.
So now now the controversy is I guess she has a sponsorship with this Flat Tummy Tea. It's this metabolism boosting diet tea. Like, it's got this bunch of stuff in it that boosts up your metabolism.
They take my DNA and they mix it in there.
Makes you burn fat faster and whatever. And right after Halloween, she posted a nice little cute picture on Instagram.
So cute.
With
her
daughter
drinking
7
the tea.
years old.
7-year-old daughter Sophia drinking the tea, talking about needing to burn off the calories from all the candy.
I mean, I say, hey, promote healthy living for the kids, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Start them
Absolutely.
young on good habits of drinking this.
Body shame the crap out of
Is
her
it
right
FDA
now.
approved?
No!
Great.
This fucking bitch, this is how you wind up like me.
Yeah. Trusting these things that are not FDA approved.
No! Making them diet when they're like 5 and 6 years old.
No. Is that what happened?
Yes!
So now that's why you hate it.
You know what's stupid is, like, when you're a little child, as a parent, you could very easily put them on a diet and never tell them. You're just like, oh, we're going to eat different food now, and just make it fun. But instead they don't. They're very, like...
I don't know what your guys' problem is. I grew up on greasy fast food all the time, and I'm fine.
I was punished.
I grew up
if
on...
I ate the wrong thing.
Oh,
Punished.
I never chose food. I just ate whatever was in front of me.
Yeah.
And it was not
same.
always healthy.
There was
But-
a time when JD was over at my house in high school, and we ordered pizza. And JD ate the whole pizza in record time, and we're like, what the fuck? He's like, because if you eat it fast enough, your body doesn't know you're full.
That actually is true. It doesn't register you're full until 20 minutes. So if you can
If you
jam
can
it
finish
in
a
there-
whole pizza in 20 minutes, you're good.
I did do that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I lived by that for years. I would be like, I want to eat a lot. I got 20 minutes. Go. I would just jam it. I gained like 7 pounds once, less than 20 minutes.
Now, the side effects of this story was also that an entire pizza was gone because JD ate the fuck out of it. So the rest of us had to live off of the ration. You're allowed to have one pepperoni. I want some cheese.
Look, I'm pretty sure there was plenty.
Eat the crust, pleb.
Pretty sure I bought my one pizza and I was very intent on eating it. But I didn't share. Like, I didn't do any pizza swapping. There was no like, hey, I'll give you one of mine for that pepperoni. No, I was like, I'm eating. It's gone.
It's weird because I didn't really have restrictions on food so much. But now that I'm getting older and thinking about having kids myself, I know in my mind, I'm like, how do I promote healthy eating for my kids? Right.
You're
Let me
not
just be exact opposite of what I got when I
Pro
was a kid.
tip, do not tell them anything's healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell
Don't.
them what
You tell them it's yummy. Just tell them it's really good. You should try it. You know, it's a fucking piece of broccoli.
Even before Michelle Obama took office as SCOTUS, they were starting to move into a healthy alternative, and they had wheat-crusted pizza in their school lunches.
Oh, I
thought
fail
that
to
was
see how
bullshit.
that's super healthy. I don't.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
wheat.
We're
Okay,
still
how many
gonna have-
carbs are up in that bitch?
We're still
Oh,
gonna have
same
the
amount.
grease in the pizza, the grease and the cheese and the
It's
pepperoni.
not even the grease. The
and
grease isn't even all that unhealthy. It's just
the
you
cheese.
don't-
It's the cheese,
it's
dude.
empty carbohydrates in the bread.
It's empty
It's
carb.
it's
and
just
empty
tons of
calories
carbs.
And empty carbs.
yeah, there's no actual nutrition. The cheese is actually better for you because
But
it
it
at
was
least has
so
calcium
good.
and stuff. It is delicious though.
Yeah. Don't.
Like,
Oh yeah. Those. Things
I
are
love
the
it,
fucking
but
best.
that's the problem. That's the problem with America. Is so much of our food is empty carbohydrates.
And it just tastes amazing.
Yeah, like our bread. Our bread. Oh my gosh, I was looking at comparisons. Like a typical pepperoni pizza here will have like 40 grams of friggin' sugar in it, and in Europe it's not even 15. Like we load sugar into our everything.
That's because of the tomato sauce.
Yes.
Well, that and the breads. I looked
Well,
at it.
that
Our
too.
bread
Yeah,
is
yeah.
way more sugar than like
Oh,
Europeans have issues because they'll come here and eat our bread and be like, "Why is this so sugary?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "That's boring bread. What are you talking about? You haven't even had a donut yet."
They fucking hate peanut butter too. They fucking
Yo.
hate peanut butter everywhere
Yeah,
else
because we
too.
put so much sugar in our
Yeah.
peanut butter. I actually
Uh-huh.
like peanut butter without the sugar in it. Like I love peanuts, so
Mhm.
I'll eat that up. But yeah, you actually pay attention, do that.
God, you guys are boring. I have the Reese's peanut butter
Oh,
chocolate
gosh.
spread. That's my go-to.
Oh my God.
I substituted my morning breakfast of peanut butter toast, where I would just heat up the toast, put peanut butter until it kind of melted, and put sugar on top. I substituted that with now the Reese's peanut butter spread.
There you go. Just put.
If any of you
How are
have-
you not bigger than me?
I'm #blessed.
Forget those African kids. Jesus came down and said,
Yeah.
"Let him be skinny.
Let him be a skinny fuck.
Let him be skinny and healthy off of all that junk food."
Most people hate me.
So, going from one porn star to another, you remember a couple months back there was that Playboy Playmate, Danny Mathers,
Yeah.
who Instagrammed that picture from the gym locker room
Of the older lady.
of the older lady who was showering and was like, "If I have to see this, you have to see it too."
And then accidentally tweeted it out to everyone.
What?
Yeah.
Did
Or
she claim it was
snapped it.
accidentally?
Yeah, she's supposed to only go to her friend, which doesn't make it morally any better.
No whatsoever.
Yeah, she accidentally sent it to all of her
Would
Snapchat
would we
followers,
would we
apparently.
consider this the female equivalent of locker room talk?
I actually would. I think we'll go ahead and lump that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is locker room talk. Well, she.
I just gotta say real quick, it's kind of weird that she would do that because in the men's locker room, typically it's old dudes walking around naked with their junk all over
with
the
their
place.
balls hanging
And I
to the
don't
floor,
see
just
dudes
walking.
sitting there like taking a picture, like if you got to see this big dick, you got to.
Oh, that's because I don't send it out after I take it.
It's a private
You
collection.
just sit there furiously masturbating.
And then people take pictures of that.
Or feeling incredibly insecure.
But they don't send it on Twitter or Snapchat. They just send it directly to the police.
They just put it straight on X videos.
Straight to the X videos.
So yeah, she has officially been charged with invasion of privacy for
Good.
being an
Good.
edge queen. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
I like that.
So she could face up to a year in jail for
Ooh, will she do our first actual in jail porn video?
That would be excellent.
a
She
women
could
in
go.
prison
She could
movie.
go do it with that Vietnamese chick with her baby on death row from last year. They could have a whole storyline with like a
Listen
little
to last week's to get the reference.
little baggy.
This season on Orange is the New Black.
Oh, yeah. If they don't incorporate these storylines, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, she
'Cause
deserves
I already
it.
had her kid in season 2 though, so
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, that chick. I thought when I first saw that story that it was just despicable. Like
And from a fucking Playboy Playmate of all people, like
that's body shaming. That is locker room talk. She's just checking off all the boxes.
yeah.
just consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Just consider yourself lucky. Don't look and move on. Just fucking
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever, and then plus she's at the gym on
right.
top of it. Like
She's trying to better
she's
herself.
there trying to keep herself healthy and doing good things for herself, and then you're gonna sit there.
And she's
And-
showering,
yeah,
so she
she's
doesn't
cleaning.
fucking smell.
Yeah, like what? And now you're gonna shame her while she's doing all these things, and it's like
So she can be a productive member of society. Get the fuck out of here.
she's one of those people that like laughs at people because they're not lifting enough weight at the gym or something,
Yeah.
or they're struggling, and I hate those people. Like I just want to walk over and just smack the crap out of them. I'm so glad that when I go to the gym, it's usually in the mornings, and no one's like that because everyone's older and there's none of those.
That's one of the biggest reasons I'm actually nervous to start going to a real gym.
I've been terrified.
Bro, do you even lift?
Bro, to even live, yeah.
I was
I'm
terrified.
deceptively weak, okay? Because I've had people look at me and be like, "You probably can't lift much," and then I try to lift not much, and they're like, "Wow, you're weaker than you even look."
You wanna segue into 4chan at arm's length
Let's do that.
from this?
Well, I gotta say real quick, about 3 years ago, the last time. Okay, I've been going to the gym now for 4 months, but a few years ago, the last time I had gone, I went and I was doing what I was doing was extremely high reps with lower weight,
Yeah.
like 100 reps
Oh, wow.
sets. So I was doing very low weight. Like I was doing bench press with like 100 pounds, not even. I was doing like
very
50
low
pounds.
weight. I'm struggling to do 75 for 12 reps.
I'm doing 100 reps, and these high school kids, I caught them looking over at me, laughing at me, and I'm like, I'm about to come over there and beat you in the head with this damn bar. Like, seriously, what the hell? And I've been watching them, and they've been standing at the same machine for 30 minutes, not actually lifting. They're just like watching one dude kind of do a little bit of weight, and they're like, oh, could he do more? Like, you're not even doing anything here, and you're gonna laugh at me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why you should go to Planet Fitness.
You're right. There's no shaming there. There's absolutely no intimidation, no lunkers.
So
Stupid. Anyway, sorry. Continue with the.
Yeah, so just segueing, basically what you were saying kind of segues into 4chan and arm's length. I've subtitled it, by the way, a proctological exam of the internet's asshole.
Ooh.
I like the subtitle.
This is my kind of talk. Let's do this.
So I've only got one post, and it's perfect for what you were talking about, how you're worried about how you weren't lifting enough.
Yeah.
And you might take a lesson from this, actually.
Okay.
This is from the Fit board, from Fitness Board. Hi Fit, I have a rather strange problem currently relating to my health and fitness. Basically, I started at the gym 4 months ago. I was very underweight and skinny and weak at the time, and too ashamed to be seen working up a huge sweat with the tiniest dumbbells in the gym. So I started dressing as a woman to make it seem less humiliating. Nobody said anything, and I'm pretty sure nobody noticed. I even got a few guys smiling at me. However, in recent weeks, I've started to get stronger, and now I lift heavier weights. I wouldn't be embarrassed about lifting as a male. The problem is that I can't stop dressing as a woman to go to the gym. People will recognize my routine. I know some of the guys watch me and will start to ask questions. I'm spending too much money on female clothing. I have to buy dresses, so I turn up at the gym and can sneak into women's locker room without being suspected of anything. It is making me uncomfortable at this point. Is there anyone else in this situation? I need help.
I mean, I don't wear women's clothing to the gym. I just usually do that when I go out on Fridays. But
right, I mean, you steal from your wife.
Yeah, I steal from her. No, I can't use this because I refuse to shave.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
6 years of shaving my.
I'm trying
face.
to think of who you would even ask for help. I was thinking immediately, like maybe a transgender person could help you with this problem, but no, because they're not like they're not trying to pretend to be one thing and then switch back.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
That's when you just go in with confidence, and when somebody asks you a question like, "Hey,"
no, I'm thinking the
no,
easiest...
that's when you just gaslight them. You're like, I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
easiest
no,
solution.
That's when you go, listen, I changed my mind mid-operation and decided I'm going to stay male.
No, I think you switch gyms.
Yeah,
And you
that's
just-
really. I mean,
that's it.
when you got
Switch.
social anxiety, let's just go ahead and switch.
There's
fucking
plenty
gyms
of
at this point.
gyms.
And that is like the population of 4chan is people with social anxiety.
Yeah. And Reddit
Mhm.
and the internet.
Yeah.
Why would you even? I couldn't. For me, no. I would just go in there with the damn shame. Just don't, because now they think you're a woman, and now you're trying to not be a woman. Just what a terrible decision all the way
take
around.
the shame. But no, I mean, this is a unique situation.
But if honestly, just go dressed as a dude, and if anyone questions you, just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just
The fucking thing is, he's so much like, he could have been avoided by sucking up your pride and lifting the fucking weights in the first place.
Yeah.
Just suck up your pride for a couple of weeks.
You trying to tell me something?
And to be honest, most people won't laugh at you or anything just because you're not lifting all the weight and stuff most of the time. It's usually outliers.
Right.
Like,
because everybody
Yeah.
starts somewhere and most people recognize
Yeah,
that.
actually,
Yeah.
when I did go to the gym a couple times on base, the guys that were the nicest were the dudes that were fucking jacked.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd come over and be like, I'll spot you, man. I see you struggling a little bit. I'm like, thanks. And like thinking they were kind of being dicks. And like, hey, man, if you need help, like I tell you the routines you got to do. So they were really nice.
yeah. Well, because even a lot of them didn't look like that when
Oh,
they
yeah.
started.
Oh,
They
yeah.
went into that gym like curling 10 pounds and struggling. Like a lot of them did that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, actually, this kind of goes to, when women are like, oh, only women have to deal with body shame, blah, blah. No, men do too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ads like, have you seen a Captain America poster?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I was walking through the
No,
toys.
it's nowhere near as bad. Don't get me wrong. It's
No.
nowhere near
No,
as
no,
bad.
No, when I
but
walk through the
it's-
toy section and I see like the Barbie dolls and stuff, and I get it. Like I see it, I'm like, yeah, the poor girls. Like seriously, how can you live up to that? But then I turn around and look at the boy toys, and it's like, John Cena. And I'm like, I don't look like that. I have never once looked like that. I don't think I ever will look like that.
Hey,
but
we're not going to use that name in vain, okay?
But it was like every single boy toy, which I don't believe in that, but you guys know what I'm talking about here. I don't like gender specific toys. I think it's ridiculous unless it's a sex toy. Even then, I mean, they could kind of go both ways anyway. Anyway, we're moving on from that part. It's just all the dudes are like muscled and ripped and look perfect and chiseled, and that's what we're told to look like. And if we don't look like that as men, we're not real men.
And to be honest with you, I'm actually pretty confident with my body. Like, I'm skinny fuck, but
Yeah.
I know. You walk around here naked all the fucking time, even when I tell you to put some fucking clothes on.
Yeah.
You've never told me that once. Let me just state that for the record. You always say, please take off more. The underwear is
I
too
only
much.
tell you to put some clothes on because your cum keeps leaking out of my cum keeps leaking out of your asshole.
Oh, god damn it. Did we lose listeners yet?
Oh my gosh.
There they go.
No, but
Dang.
I am confident in my body, and I want to work out not because I want to look jacked, but I want to feel strong. I want to be able to look at the Trump supporters and be like, what, motherfucker, Gary Johnson?
Look, well,
Gary Johnson!
I don't think you're gonna be that much stronger in a day.
Yeah, I don't have any time.
Yeah.
I really wanted to have some muscle
Pump
definition.
for Johnson, yeah.
I wanted to look a little bit better for my high school reunion because I don't want to go back and be like, yeah, I was in the military and I look like this now.
Just Photoshop yourself lifting next to Gary Johnson. Like, do you even Johnson?
David Johnson. 4 years, I'll get whatever libertarian candidate's there, and I'll take some pictures posing with him.
Yeah, because right now your arms, your biceps look like lumps on a rubber band.
Yeah. Someone tied a knot in a string. That's about it. But I promise not to skip leg day.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable in my body. I'm not gonna lie. I do not at all. I
We're
haven't.
working out together.
I didn't even in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hated it. I thought I was just, yeah.
I was more awkward in high school about my gangliness. It was college where I realized.
Well, I wasn't gangly back then. Like, I was.
No, you weren't. But
I lifted. I was, there was this thing called the 1,000-pound club where you did 4 lifts, and then you had to do, if you got over 1,000 pounds, you're in the 1,000-pound club.
Okay.
But the lifting coaches hated me, so I never got the T-shirt. But I was in like the 1,200-pound club.
Lifting coaches hate him.
Well, they were the football coaches. They hated me. Yeah,
Look at slide number 5 to see what he did.
you won't believe what happened by 7. Now look at him. No, they did. They hated me, but I lifted a lot. I was actually really strong for the time, and like I was box squatting like 675.
Okay,
Wow.
enough
regular-
bragging, dude.
No, I'm just
Jeez.
saying, and like I still had so much, like, because I didn't look, even though I lifted, I didn't look like it. First of all, no one really knew, and I always thought of myself as fat at the time.
You were fat strong.
I wasn't even really fat. He's actually saying I was fat.
He doesn't want you to confirm it, Tyco.
And now I am fat.
Oh,
Like,
okay, sorry.
oh my gosh. I wasn't even fat. I wasn't even
He's
fat.
not a woman. You don't just nod and say, yeah, okay.
No.
Oh gosh.
Well, I can't do that with my wife either. If
Well,
I say
anyway,
yes
I mean,
to
I
everything
mean,
she
I-
says I usually get in trouble.
I might have been a little pudgy back then. A little. And then I put on 100 pounds. And then I was like, yeah, now. I've definitely gone into the overweight category big time.
I miss when I was pudgy back in kindergarten.
Yeah, good time.
Oh, memories.
So first grade's where it started going downhill.
Anyway, enough about me and our body weight. Let's
Well,
just go on.
well, we can move on to
Yeah.
boy toys and people who are going to be missing leg day for a while.
Oh, what?
Huh?
Did I miss the lineup of the
I
today's
think we,
show? Fuck, what did I miss?
The man with the bionic penis.
Oh!
That was a fucking good segue.
It
'Cause
really was.
That was
It
excellent.
was.
That was really excellent, actually. I like it.
See, man with a bionic penis. He had a penis implanted into him because he lost it in an accident. He's 43 years old.
Still a
and
virgin.
Still a virgin. He was supposed to lose his virginity to a sex worker in England next week, and that's been put on hold because he has now gotten into a car accident and broken his leg. He was well, first off, he was run over by a car in 1978 when he was 6 years old. The car dragged him 600 feet, slicing off his penis in the process.
That's not an accident.
Fucking horrifying.
I ever want to be.
That's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather have just died at that point.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's just bad. I can't. Yeah.
So it's
But
so,
I don't. Yeah.
Well, his name is Muhammad Abad. He's 43 years old, and apparently he was a passenger in a BMW that collided with another car. He was treated for a broken ankle, 2 deep head wounds, and a concussion. However, he says it's just a temporary delay. He says, I've waited long enough, so another couple of weeks won't make much of a difference.
Good
At
for
least
him
he's
having
optimistic.
Yeah. Well, he's optimistic, but clearly the gods are out to get him.
Yeah, they really don't want him doing it. But I'm trying to understand, though, is it's a bionic penis. How do you feel that? Like, how does it...
I don't think you even need to. You just need to know you did it.
I guess.
I don't know.
No,
like,
I think he does
maybe...
have feeling. I think they did use skin and nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have done a skin graft and put it onto the outside of it and, like, somehow got nerve tissue to connect.
The nerve that's responsible for your orgasm is like a spinal nerve.
Well, no,
What?
well, that nerve that's where it goes, but there's nerve endings on the penis.
Right, of course.
They have to feel it. So how are you even stimulating that nerve? Like, are you just like, do they have an electrode
I remember
back there and they're
hearing-
just pushing the button?
I remember hearing this story like back when he got it and then agreed to have the sex worker fuck
Yeah.
him. Like he does have feeling. I don't know how. I'm not a scientist, but they did manage that much.
I'm not a bionic penis scientist.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not my specialty.
Now I'm gonna have to. Oh my gosh, it's gonna look weird on my search history. 'Cause I'm gonna be sitting here like bionic penis feeling. How does this work? I need to know.
How does a bionic penis feel? Okay, Google.
It feels great in your rectum. Whoa, no.
This is not what I meant.
Not what I meant.
Erase, backspace, go away. This is not my intentions.
You ask Siri, it just asks about a dongle.
Could you imagine though the different like 40-year-old virgin, but it was based on him instead? Like totally changes the tone of the movie.
Yeah, it does. Just a
Like,
tragedy.
you start to feel
Yeah.
horrible about it.
Oh,
You're like,
man.
oh man, this guy. Damn. How many car accidents can he have before he finally
It'd be
gets
like
laid?
it'd be like an Oscar-worthy drama.
It would.
Someone get the movie rights right now.
Yeah.
Disney, don't they get the movie rights to everything?
Yeah.
Slumdog Millionaire meets 40-year-old virgin.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Where was he from?
He lives in England, as far as I understand. Yeah.
Would make sense, considering
Mm-hmm.
that it's an English sex worker.
Right.
Well, they offer to sleep with everyone though. I've been contacted by English sex workers.
I haven't. That's
I think that was another one of the bots that follows you on Twitter.
No, probably. I need more people.
At Tyco Rezinski, is that it?
At Tyco Redzinski.
There you go.
I think I got one new follower from this podcast.
for what?
He's not showing dick pics in his profile picture. So clearly he's not a complete bot.
Right, clearly.
Only half bot.
Only half. Only a little bit. But which half?
Ooh.
The bionic penis part.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this now, new follower, I don't mean to insult you. Thank you for following me. I'll post something sooner or later. I'm not an entertaining person.
You know what a bionic penis can't do, though?
Ejaculate?
It can't get a girl pregnant. So,
That sounds like I want one now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of seeing some positives there, like risk-free.
as long as you don't end up with the girl who thinks that she's pregnant with Jesus.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, you could definitely say it's not yours, at least. Cause
I mean, that sounds like my kind of girl.
I mean, you know she's good in bed because she's batshit insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I feel bad saying that, knowing the rest of the story.
Oh, gosh.
Well, at least she's experienced.
Wow.
But is she, though? But is she?
Is she?
Because she might not be based on the story.
So basically, yeah, there is a 17-year-old,
19-year-old.
19-year-old that
19?
claims she is 8.5 months pregnant, 8.5 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Months. It was late term, is
Late
what
term,
she thinks she's in.
Yeah, 8.5 months pregnant with Jesus.
Yeah.
And she's even put on some of the baby weight.
Yeah, she's got the baby bump and everything.
But all doctors are saying, no, you are not pregnant.
She even went on Dr. Phil.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is a real doctor.
I just want to see the Mari
Yeah, of course.
episode where they're like, and you are not a mother. You need to stop, please. The test came back.
Fucking bag, you are not the mother. You're not even a mother.
You're not
You're not.
You're just
anything.
batshit crazy.
You're a 19-year-old. Go live your life.
I want him to bring out Jesus and have him like, you are not the father, and have him do like a dance like
But then they go, but you are the son.
Oh!
And then it just goes to the back room and God's sitting like, shit. Fuck. That means it's me.
I have heard of this happening before. It's a psychosomatic thing where people will psych themselves into believing that they are pregnant
With
and
Christ though?
not with Christ. That's a delusion, obviously.
Okay.
So that's an interesting twist to the story.
Yeah,
but
that's absolutely a
It's a
delusion.
psychosomatic psychosomatic delusion.
Right. Yeah,
She's
the
doubling down.
Jesus thing is a delusion on top of it. That's a religious delusion on top of it. But there is a psychosomatic pregnancy.
So she is doubling down on this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She is crazy on top of crazy.
Well, see, I think when we were talking about her experience, this is why I think she probably hasn't had it before, the sex. And that might be why she thinks she has Jesus.
Well,
Because she
here's
just
the thing.
convinced herself.
She believes the mother believes her daughter is a compulsive liar. Christy says Haley has lied about being on American Idol and has claimed that the rapper Eminem is her biological father.
Wow, this chick's got all kinds of just...
Well, I mean, if
Wow.
Eminem was her father, wouldn't that prove she had some daddy issues or something?
She's got him one way or another,
I mean, her
clearly.
name is Haley.
Ooh. Government conspiracy?
Maybe. Switched at birth.
Yeah.
I blame the lizard people already.
Thanks, Alex Jones.
Ruining our country, man! Damn demons! I'm not gonna watch it happen.
So yeah, but the article does
Yeah.
go on to say that her and her sister were in an abusive home. Her sister got treatment,
Right.
psychological treatment, and doesn't have this problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Haley has refused treatment, and now
Yeah.
is pregnant with Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, that's what happened. I mean, refuse treatment, you might get visited by Jesus.
Or the Holy Ghost.
Or pregnant with Jesus.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Unless Jesus impregnated her with himself.
We don't know how these things work, you know.
Well, I mean, we've only ever had it happen
Well,
once.
of course we don't. It works in a mysterious way.
Of
It always
course.
does.
Is this the second coming?
It has to be.
Wow, that was a Hiroshima right there. That was
I liked
fucking deafening.
I-
The fucking I need.
But she doesn't even have a baby in her, so nothing's coming. I don't know.
Clearly God did.
Oh, gosh. You got raped by a ghost.
So going from somebody who's not pregnant to somebody who's in trouble because of pregnancy. Fertility doctor accused of using his own sperm to impregnate patients.
This sounds like something I would do. Hence, I am not a doctor. But clearly, my genetics are more superior than your genetics.
Yeah.
My sperm is top notch. I'm just gonna put this into everyone.
Oh, you picked from the B shelf. Don't worry, I'll upgrade you for free.
To the supreme
I
shelf.
supersized it.
Where is the supreme shelf? My office.
So he did it in the jar and then did that, or did he just like full on? Oh, you need to be knocked out for this procedure. What? What are you talking about? Are you a turkey baster? Nope. You just need to be knocked out. Trust me. It'll feel like you had sex afterwards.
Well, apparently a civil lawsuit is being brought against the doctor after they found out that their 26-year-old daughter was not their daughter.
Wait, his actual daughter was?
No.
not his?
The one of the patients.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this is going back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's been. Is he just now not practicing?
Yeah.
So for 26 fucking years.
He's been
He's been
Whoa.
doing this. Could
Holy
he be the
cow.
new Genghis Khan?
Oh, everybody who went through in vitro fertilization in Canada is related to this motherfucker.
Well, not even that yet, but like in 200 years, can we say like 1 in 10 people have this man's genetics?
The family decided to get a test done in February this year after learning that it is unusual for 2 individuals with blue eyes to give birth to a child with brown eyes.
It is unusual. Holy cow.
Why was the baby black?
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of that lady that said she got pregnant with a black baby because she was impregnated during a porno. You remember that old story?
No.
You don't remember? Oh gosh, yeah. She had a white husband and she gave birth to a black baby, and she said she got pregnant because she watched a black porno and that gave her the baby.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
The other one was a woman gave birth to a black baby, and she told her husband, "Well, there's black people in my heritage, and that's why the baby's black. It just skipped like 6 generations." And he bought it, and all the doctors were like, "No,
No, that's
that's
not how
not.
this works.
This is not. No, that doesn't happen."
So
But anyway,
they began looking into the background of Dr. Barwin, who was sanctioned in 2013. So this started in 1989 and could have gone on until 2013.
Wow.
Sanctioned in 2013
wow.
for inseminating 3 patients with the wrong sperm and resigned from the Order of Canada a year later.
So only 3 out of those
Well, no, he
got caught.
He got caught.
doing it. It wasn't even found to be with his at that point.
Oh, okay.
So he could have been doing this for years
Yeah.
prior. They
Why
also
would- yeah. That,
yeah. None of the allegations against the doctor have been proven in court.
So it's all just speculation, and it's
Yeah,
until proven guilty.
Except for DNA evidence.
I gotta know. Like, is he gonna have 80 babies just running around right now?
How much child support does he have to pay now?
Oh my gosh. He's broke. This motherfucker is broke.
He's got to pay the lawsuits.
But at the same
He doesn't
time,
have a
like,
job.
he has
to pay child
I
support.
don't know. I feel bad for some of those kids because now they're like, my dad's a liar.
Yeah.
I'd had some scumbag doctor.
I don't know. I mean, at that point, you're
But
26
then
years
again, well,
old.
at 26, no. I'm sitting there like, nah, you're my parents.
Yeah,
Like,
your dad's still your dad.
yeah, screw
Like,
that guy. You guys raised me.
Yeah.
Unless your dad was an abusive asshole. then
Oh,
you're
then
like,
yeah.
You're not my
now
real dad.
You're just
You're
hopping
not
off.
my real dad.
Like, we're done.
You can't
GG.
tell me what to do.
Get out of my life. I don't even know you.
And then before we finish it up with some mask you something,
Nah.
one
I
more.
don't say it right.
You know you
I'm
don't.
gonna ask you something. Come on.
One more story here out of San Antonio, Texas.
I love that place, by the way.
A lovely story about a police officer who is no longer a police officer because he was fired for trying to make a homeless person eat a literal shit sandwich.
Was this by the Alamo?
Oh.
I don't remember.
Was this on Riverwalk?
Oh, man. I just...
Such a nice town.
Why? I mean, there's no justification, but why?
Really?
Well, I mean, tell me at least he was filming it to post it on YouTube.
Nope.
Just for funsies?
He just popped a squat and spread it on some Wonder Bread and handed it off to a homeless guy. Tried to make him eat it.
I don't even have a response to this story. It's just so fucking insane.
I wish I was fucking kidding you.
Well, and then there's a bunch of police out there like, I don't know why people don't really trust us.
Yeah.
Like, because of people like this guy trying to hand out shit sandwiches.
I mean, yeah. I would go to also shooting.
I feel like if we dig a
people,
little
but, you know.
deeper, he might have said, nah, he tried to resist arrest. And then they later found out, oh, you tried to shove a shit sandwich in his mouth. And he was resisting.
Why'd you feed him shit? Because he was trying to resist arrest.
It's just
I told him to move, and he didn't.
just so many people don't deserve to be on the force. It just when you read stuff like that, it's like you don't deserve that.
Oh, apparently he didn't pop a squat. Okay, so the incident occurred in May when Officer Matthew Luckhurst, a 5-year veteran of the department, bragged to a fellow officer that he had picked up some feces, placed it in a slice of bread, and put it in a styrofoam container next to the unknown homeless male. The officer reported that he told Luckhurst to go back and throw it away. The officer said he saw Luckhurst go back, and he assumed that Luckhurst discarded the container.
Okay, so at least he didn't try to force it into his mouth, but he did give a homeless dude.
He assumed that he tried to throw it away. He doesn't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure the homeless dude didn't eat it. I'm hoping,
He went
but
back to the homeless man and said, I need to dispose of this evidence. Eat it now or I will shoot you.
That's very possible.
still, that's not even like you're supposed to be a public servant. You
I
don't go
think-
around giving people.
I
Friggin-
think he kind of got punished enough for this
Yeah.
before he was fired, because for the past year or so, Luckhurst has been on San Antonio Police Department's downtown bike patrol unit.
So he had to bike around.
He was a bicycle cop.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Fucking bike shorts over here was making homeless people eat shit.
Holy crap!
That's why he did it.
Holy crap! It reminds me of a town I used to live in. It was a small town, and there was a cop that got fired because he got caught planting evidence, and like he was planting drugs in people's cars
Oh, yeah.
and then arresting them. And it turned out like 7 years worth of cases were all ruined because all of them were claiming that evidence was planted, and he
Oh,
was
now-
the lead
gosh.
officer.
So now every time this man made an arrest in San Antonio, they say, well, he tried to make me eat shit.
But they had to go back and like re-raise all the cases. A bunch of people got off because they realized that all the evidence came from this cop who got caught finally planting evidence just the way everyone said he was doing. And it ended up like this is one of the reasons why I'm like I don't trust police really, because
I mean,
he
I'm
ended up
looking-
getting fired from that department, but then rehired at another one not too far away. And I'm like, he
fuck that
clearly
is?
doesn't have the integrity to do this.
That's
like,
how it works. They'll just
I
get
know.
picked up by another department.
because they think like, oh well, he learned his lesson. I'm like, no, you didn't learn yours. Like you should stop doing that.
I'm looking at his mugshot here, or I don't know if it looks like a mugshot, or it might have just been his personnel shot, but he's got quite the shit-eating grin on.
So he's had a few of his own sandwiches.
He's had a few of his own.
He's like, well, I just wanted to share my favorite meal.
it's a delicatessen down here in San Antonio. I'd serve it at a
San
restaurant.
Antonio delicacy.
I still love that city, so.
I've never been.
I'd serve it in a
It's a
restaurant,
beautiful
but that's a health code violation. They won't let me.
I just wanted to make my favorite meal from growing up as a kid.
You did what?
Mom used to serve me this sandwich all the time.
You need to talk to your mother right now.
All right, so we'll wrap it up here this evening or today or whatever.
Whenever you decide to listen to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. With a nice round of Ask You Something.
Yes.
So
Ask away. Let's do this.
first up, if you had to scream a movie catchphrase every time you ejaculated, what would it be?
You want me to go? I got this. I got this.
Please do so, please.
Are you not entertained? And then the usual
That's
response
pretty
is
good.
no.
That's pretty good.
I don't even know. I still haven't thought of one. I have mulled this one over. The only thing I can think of is sorry, because I would apologize probably. Okay, I've only done it a few times, and the few times I did, I'm pretty sure I apologized each and every time.
Don't forget you are tagged on this.
Oh,
We post it.
gosh. I mean, that's fine. I'm pretty sure no one's that I know is gonna listen this far, so I should be fine. But I definitely apologize.
What are you trying to say about the quality of this product, JD?
It's fine, but I don't think my friends think I don't know, actually. I'm not really sure.
They're all listening now.
I just don't think they're going to get this far into it. They're probably going to be like, they're talking about nonsense. And then
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
not
That's
really
the
nonsense people, I guess. I don't know. They're just Facebook friends, whatever. It's fine.
I don't actually know any of them.
I hate all of them. It's fine.
I hate all of you. Fuck off.
This is the test to know if they've actually made it. If any of them have.
Your friend list goes down.
Yeah,
Just
you're
starts
like, oh,
dropping.
they listen to it.
I
Damn
have,
it.
I have weeded out the weak.
Josh, what about you?
Can I get like the ability to use something that's not from a movie but from like the internet?
I said I'm sorry. That's not even a catch line. That's not
I'm
anything.
the only one that's chosen the correct
He's the only
answer,
one,
so go for
so
it.
whatever.
Leroy Jenkins.
Wouldn't
So,
but
so it's
wouldn't-
not even yelling the wrong name for her. You're yelling your own wrong name.
Yeah, but wouldn't you yell that to begin?
That's exactly
Like,
what he's
Do you
implying.
have any condoms? Do you have any condoms? Leroy! No.
Oh, he's already done.
Done.
Gosh damn it, Leroy! And I've already rolled over. At least I have chicken.
No, that's how you finish. You scream Leroy. Done. Jenkins.
No, if I were being serious, if I were gonna do a movie, oh gosh, what would I do for a movie?
I still think I am Groot.
I actually, you know what? I would actually do that. I would gladly finish. I'd be like, I am Groot.
Or as he finished, this is Sparta! And then kick
them
her off the bed. Yeah.
How about I'm not even supposed to be here today?
No, that's when you try to get them somehow. Just be like, do you think this is madness? Say it to me. Tell me this is madness. Oh yeah, this is madness. Madness. This.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Moving on.
They wouldn't see that coming.
Or you could always do like, I could smell your cunt from.
Oh. Oh, better than here's looking at you, kid.
Oh gosh.
That would be from you.
No.
At least you know you can go to confession in Louisiana now.
Right?
All right. So moving on to the next one. What is the dumbest rumor you've ever heard about yourself? Ryan?
Oh, okay. I'll
Tyco?
start again. I'll take cream cheese for $200. No, so in high school, I took a writing class, a creative writing class, and I met a girl there. Not like romantically or anything. She was a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never really talked to her beforehand, and we became friends. And after a little bit of time, she came up to me, she goes, I didn't realize you were so cool. I was like, I don't know what you mean by this. She goes, well, I had heard that you just kind of date random girls and sleep with all of them, and I thought you were going to be kind of an asshole. I was like, I'm still a fucking virgin. Actually, no, I had slept with one person at the time. Like, I've only had sex once in my life. Like, I'm not a man whore at all. She's like, I don't know. I always thought because you were with so many girls. I'm like, I have a lot of friends. Like, I'm a sensitive guy.
See,
I feel safer around women. I thought that was a fun rumor.
My problem with this question is that typically I don't have rumors spread about me because the truth is usually far stranger than fiction. Like, for instance, when I worked at a Target, there was a rumor going around that I had called one of the managers fat in front of the entire store. This was absolutely true, 100%. I had been sitting there. We were taking care of yogurt. It was the end of the night, so literally everyone in the store was over there fixing yogurt because the manager was kind of pissed off that yogurt wasn't looking great. Which it's a pain. And it was a super Target. It was a massive yogurt section. I was working grocery. There's only like 2 of us running this whole grocery section, and it was like, dude, I can't. We need help. He was like, well, everyone else is done, so screw it. Everyone in yogurt. Like, everyone's in yogurt. So I'm down there. I got the new guy next to me, and we're just doing the yogurts, up, getting them all ready. And I'm like, I'm bored. I'm fucking bored. I'm going to mess with the manager. So I went, Spencer's fat. And he just kind of kept talking. And the guy next to me was like, oh my God, because this is like one of the tight ass managers. Like, he's a real tough dude with everyone in the store. But I was cool with him. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it again. Spencer's fat. Nothing. Didn't respond to me whatsoever. And everyone's looking at me like, are you serious, dude? You're going to keep saying it? And I'm like, I'm doing this again. So I stood up because everyone was like down low getting on the shelves. I stood up, stepped out of line, looked right at him. I go, Spencer is fat. He looked at me, just shook his head and shrugged his shoulders like, what the fuck you doing? And then turned around and kept talking. And everyone was like, what? So that rumor spread. People were like, there's no way. He's so mean. I'm like, I really did do that. I do these things. Although, I guess, there was this one time in school that my brother spread the rumor that I let the dog lick my penis in middle school.
That's not a rumor?
It happens.
Oh!
It was one time. I don't even remember how it happened.
Oh, wait. You
No,
wait.
I did not let the dog sit there and give me a blowjob, okay?
Did you like peanut butter and everything?
No, there was no foods, no nothing. I don't remember the whole situation, but long story short, the dog started licking it because I was naked somewhere, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is he doing? I just kind of...
Oh, it was a boy dog too?
That's
gay
a boy dog.
bestiality.
It was gay bestiality. I made him stop, but then my brother told everyone, and I had to tell him it was a rumor because it was like, it wasn't like that. Okay.
Yeah, you can't defend that story.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can't.
Like,
You can't be
have to
like,
say,
look,
that's just a rumor.
it was a weird
You know,
situation. I don't know what was going on. No, I had to be like, that is false. And then I beat the shit out of my brother when I got home. So that was probably the weirdest rumor. But like I said, with me, the truth was stranger than any fiction anyone could come up with. I should have never admitted to that. I've never admitted to that. I just did that now.
That's your fault.
Could we just delete this?
No.
Because once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
It's already recorded, sir.
We never restart this podcast because
Not-
the phone goes off. In the
Not
middle of
never.
everything.
Never. Why would we do that? By the way,
Josh, was yours that you were a social justice warrior?
Well, that's a rumor that's been plaguing me for the last year. That's fucking hilarious. That I've turned into some kind of SJW, which is...
you haven't? Because we're on the
JD knew
streets.
you before you were an SJW. You've seen the downfall.
Actually, so probably the most interesting thing was when I was still living in New Hampshire. A friend was trying to hook me up with this girl, and we were talking, and it was going really well, and we were planning on, what the fuck are you doing? This guy
He's trying to eat chips without
JD over here
crunching.
is like eating chips sensually and rubbing his chest.
Pirate, come here. Pirate's the resident dog in this studio,
Oh
so.
my God. I was trying to eat a chip without crunching it into the microphone. I was wiping the Dorito stuff off of my shirt on my chest. I wasn't trying to be sensual. I was trying to
The
softly
way
chew.
he was leaned back, it's
The
like
chip
he
bag
was
is far
rubbing-
away. I don't want it near the microphone, man. Come on.
The way he was leaned back, the way that he rubbed it off, it's like he was rubbing his breast.
I don't even know how to be sexual. Okay, so that was purely.
You've now learned
Oh,
how.
damn it. That's it. That's
just
it.
Next
just
time
rub
you...
Cheeto dust off. That's how you do
That's
it.
how you do it. Alright, sorry, New Hampshire.
Sorry.
So, while I was still living in New Hampshire, a friend was trying to hook me up with this girl. And we were talking, and things were going well, and we'd planned to go out on this date. And next thing I know, she calls me up, and she goes, this girl came up to me at school today, and she said that you're a creepy stalker, and I shouldn't go out with you, so I'm not going to go out with you now.
Huh.
I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it was somebody that I was in Police Explorers with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I am now friends with them, actually, that person who started this rumor, and it's now water under the bridge, but it was a whole fucking thing. I was pissed at them for years because of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It was...
I thought the rumor was going to be that you ate your twin on your 18th birthday, though.
No, I ate them in the fucking womb. That happened in the fucking womb. That's why I'm left-handed.
You know, studies have shown that most pregnancies are twins, and that one of the babies absorbs the other.
And that's why left-handed people are left-handed most of the time.
Wait, wouldn't they always be left-handed if they're left-handed people?
No.
Your wording was.
That's why left-handed people are left-handed. It's because they absorb the twin.
Yeah. No, it's something like one of the
But they're
studies
only
was-
left-handed most of the time.
One study demonstrated like 70% of all pregnancies are actually twins.
Mm-hmm.
And that most of the time one overpowers the other one in a competition for resources. And
That means you are the champion. If
you
you're
are the
listening to
chosen
this.
one of your
70%
family.
of us are winners.
You are
the other
the
30%
Highlander.
are fucking weaklings that need safe spaces.
Or you're a twin.
Or you're a twin.
Yep.
Oh, both of you just gave up.
That's the SJWs right there. There they are. I can't do this from the womb. They couldn't.
I just can't.
Can't hurt anyone unless I hate them.
Okay, final question for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Describe your love life with a movie title.
Fight Club. It's just constant fighting. We talking about relationships, Fight Club. We're talking about sex, still Fight Club. She always tries to fight me off. Wait, what? It's consensual because we're married.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
She said yes the day she married me.
Oh no. Oh
No, wait, hold on. I think actually after I answered, I realized that maybe I misinterpreted the question. Are we talking about love life as in sexually, or love life as in my relationship?
Either way,
well, however you want to take
you've
it, I
answered the
just
question.
you've answered it.
But yeah, Fight Club for relationship, love life, yeah, I got nothing.
I'm just counting love life as whatever you consider
E.T.
to be
the
your love life.
extraterrestrial.
You're the spindly little thing
Yep,
with the
yep,
light on the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine lights up like Rudolph. The red tip.
I totally forgot what movie I wanted to say. It just what's yours? What's yours?
Heavyweights.
Are you going to fat camp?
I love you, man. I love you, mistress. I love you.
Are you going to fat camp? No, why? Because you're fat?
All right.
Is that your dad? No, why? Because he's fat. Well, so are you. Yeah, that's why I'm going to fat camp. I love that movie.
I would say that mine is Gone with the Wind.
Probably better than Gone in 60 Seconds.
I'm glad nobody went with that. That was an easy one.
Yeah, but that would imply that it was there. It's not. It's been gone. The wind took it a long time ago.
The wind done gone.
Mm-hmm. There was a hurricane. It was many moons ago.
Can I change my love life answer to Revenge of the Sith?
My love life is non-existent and sucks.
So any listeners out there, if you follow JD at any of his various non-existent social media accounts, you can see what he looks like.
I do have a Twitter.
Do you use it?
No.
Yeah, me either.
And I have Facebook, and I have a personality page.
JD
Facebook
is looking
thing.
for a English sex worker.
Yes, English sex worker. Dominatrix. I
Unfortunately,
like
he
someone. I like a woman that takes charge.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does not have a bionic penis for you.
I do not have a bionic penis.
But he can get some popsicle sticks and duct tape if you need it.
Yeah,
Whatever we gotta do.
cover it with.
I make
for
it
her
work.
Pleasure.
I make it work for you.
All right, so I think we'll wrap it up this week.
I think we ended it on a high note tonight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once again, thank you for listening, and once again, thank you to the Ace Podcast Network for letting us join your
Thank
your
you. Thank
lovely
you.
little
Absolutely.
circus.
Thank you.
We'll be back here next week with another all new Untitled Nonsense. You guys want to say goodnight?
Later.
Good night. I love you all.
Thank you for listening. You can find us on Facebook.com/Untitled Nonsense, Twitter.com/UN_podcast, YouTube.com/user/macabre prods, and SoundCloud/macabre prods. We'll be back next week. We love you.